And so time is now 7:04. I will now call this commission meeting to order. At this time, I'd please like to ask everyone to silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices. Your greeter at the door today was Parks and Recreation Director Robert Caroline. And starting to my far right and your far left, we have Recording Secretary Tara Lockhart, City Clerk Susan Dodris, Zone 1 Commissioner Deputy Mayor Lori Tolland.
Good evening, everyone.
Zone 2 Commissioner Travis Sargent.
Good evening, welcome.
And directly to my left and to your right, we have Zone 3 Commissioner Kristen Deaton.
Good evening.
Zone 4 Commissioner Howard Briley.
Good evening and welcome.
City Manager Joyce Shanahan. Assistant City Manager Claire Whitley. Deputy City Attorney Ann Margaret Emery. And to my far left and your far right, we have Police Chief Jesse Godfrey. Deputy Fire Chief Nate Coudray. And I am Mayor Jason Leslie. At this time, I'd like to call up Reverend Larry Temple of Life Community Church for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Mighty God, we thank you for your presence in this place. We ask for wisdom for every leader, every speaker here. We ask for wisdom and that all that transpire here be for the benefit and the uplift of Ormond Beach. Thank you for your blessing, not only in this time, but on our city. If you agree with that, say amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend, for coming out. You all may be seated. City Clerk, do we have the delegates here at this point for the awards part of this, the meeting?
No, not yet.
Okay. Do we know how much time we need for them so we can continue on?
3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. Yeah. You know what? I just don't want to go out of order here. I mean, we have this agenda written down. We publicly notice it for a reason, and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into a 10-minute recess, and if they're not here in 10 minutes, we're going to continue on. And whoever's here is here, and whoever's not is not, and then we're just going to move on to the whole agenda. So I'm just going to go a 10-minute recess. Thank you. Over on Granada. So some of our delegates that were coming in from out of town have been stuck in the traffic with the rollover. So hopefully everybody's okay with the rollover. So maybe keep some of those presents or in your thoughts and prayers right now. Okay. Okay, the time is now 7:12. I'll reconvene this City Commission meeting. We're going to skip the presentations and proclamations at the moment. Like I said, we're waiting for our delegates to get here, and there's a situation going on. So we're going to move into the audience remarks. And depending on... excuse me. Anyway, so we're going to go into audience remarks. And then at some point, when the delegates are here to receive their awards, we'll pause the audience remarks to do the awards, and then we'll go back to the audience remarks. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and call up Greg Gimbert to come first.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, point of clarification.
Yes.
With a notice that we were going to wait 10 minutes, do we have to wait 10 minutes? Can we get clarification from legal on this, please?
How many minutes, I don't know, what was the time that we?
City Clerk, what time was it when we recessed the meeting?
7:08
Okay.
and resume at 7:12.
I think it's okay to proceed, just if anyone comes in late and wants to go ahead and speak. I think there'll be enough time. I think they'll,
Okay.
yeah, so I think it's okay.
All right. We can do that then. All right. Everyone okay with that? Okay, good. Okay, so Greg Gimbert, where you at? Come on up.
Hey, everybody.
Just,
My name's Greg
can
Gimbert.
you fix the microphone just so we can hear you a little better? Yeah, I appreciate that.
Good evening. My name's Greg Gimbert. I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm your neighbor, but tonight I'm here on behalf of a political committee called Let Volusia Vote. And I know all of y'all, and I hope all of y'all have heard about what we are doing, which is trying to get a new protection in our county charter to protect us from potable reuse being put directly in the water supply, or as Deltona is getting ready to do, injected into the aquifer to greenwash it. And for the people at home that don't know what potable reuse is, potable drinkable reuse sewage, potable reuse drinkable sewage. Opinions vary. So I'm trying to figure out how the heck I could get through to y'all, because I'm asking you to consider your preemption and lend your name personally as a bringer of this countywide petition to add horsepower to something that most people have no idea is even happening. So I reached out to the county chairman, because he too has the same people trying to get between him and other decisions. I'm like, Jeff, how the hell do I reach him? And Chase is calling, by the way, Tremont. So anyway, you want me to take his call and put me on hold, see where he's at?
No, that's okay. Just keep going.
So I asked him, how the heck do I get through to him? Because I got so many different ways to approach it. It's our last opportunity to set minimum standards, because the state's getting ready to set the minimum standards as a maximum standards. They've been preempting y'all on everything from stop signs to planning and zoning, and now they're going to preempt you on water quality. And that's just not planning and zoning, that's now health and safety. And not just on a grudge for the preemption, but to join us, because this is the last chance we have to get any sort of enforceable pause on development. And Chairman Brower's like, no, this is the last chance we have to get enforceable protections for the aquifer. And right then and there, he really crystallized a lot of stuff, so we're not arguing over poopy water science like people did COVID science. We're just going to get a vote on whether we drink the mass this time. So that's what I'm here tonight. And before I run out of time, again, I'm asking for y'all to consider individually city commissioners like your mayor has done and say, Greg, put my personal name on there as a citizen to join the petition. So before I run out of time, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to put their hand up and say, add me?
Do you want to do the comment when he's done, or do you want to comment now? Because he's got 26 seconds.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Greg, just for the public record, I met with Greg yesterday, and I've researched this issue for many years now, since Chairman Brower brought it up in 2020-ish, probably. We have Florida Hospital in 2011 released a health issue brief. Florida's water crisis now what talks about it. The state statutes that make it illegal to turn portable water into drinking water. I will put my personal name on it, Greg. But I think that we need to maybe have further discussions down the road to have a workshop on discussion, because I don't think this is an immediate issue in the next 5 to 10 years, but I think for our kids and grandkids, that's where this is going to come into play. So therefore, I will put my personal name on your initiative, and like I said, hopefully in the future we can have a workshop to discuss this further. But I've done, as I know, my research on an issue, and this was another reason why I voted the way I did last meeting, the way I did. I got chastised for it. But my whole purpose of that was because if we were to supply water and sewer, or water, we'd have to up our cup size 23% to supply another municipality's development. So that's why I voted the way I did. I got chastised for it. I own it.
I didn't understand it either, and I appreciate you explaining it to me the way you did.
It's okay, but thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to say anything? Whoever wants to go first.
Hi, Greg.
Hey.
I am happy to put my personal name on there as a resident. That does not bother me whatsoever. I as well would love a workshop, as I've done a lot of research since I've seen it on social media, but somebody's got to be smarter than me at this, and I'd love to hear more about it.
We're going to have a lot of time between when we ballot, qualify, and vote to have those wonderful conversations, and we workshop the heck out of it. I have information to share. Thank you, sincerely.
Commissioner Briley?
I would concur. I would put my name to it only because, again, I want more research on this thing, because there are some questions that I have out there, such as some things that you can filter out of the water, but some things may not be filterable, or you can't get it out.
Yeah.
And I don't think maybe the public needs to be ingesting that. So, I think there's a lot more research needs to go into this before we start doing it. So thank you.
So you're on it too.
Yeah.
Bring the petition.
Deputy Mayor?
I will disclose, I had a meeting with Greg yesterday, and my biggest concern is I don't like to put my name on anything that I don't 100% understand. And so I am a no at the moment. That doesn't mean I won't be in the future, but just like our discussion, I feel like I need to be educated more, so I would definitely want a workshop. And I have done a little bit more reading about it since you and I talked, and I'm still not 100% on board. I do think the voters, the residents do. I don't like to handcuff our voters, so I do think there's validity in that, but I'm not 100% with the research yet, and I really need to learn a little more about it. So
Totally
Deputy
respect
Mayor.
that. Could I get my last 30 seconds before I go?
I will in a second. I just want to reiterate something real quick what the Commissioner Sargent said. So I agree with the workshop. Is there a consensus here to have staff maybe workshop this at some point in the future?
Yep.
Yes? Okay, we have a consensus? Okay. Did you want to close out something, Mr. Gimbert?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, so sincerely. I've been clowned for 10 years trying to get people to pay attention to this, and there's still people that want to keep up snookered, and you guys are so damn brave. I mean, I've had city commissioners here, I've had mayors there, but I almost got my first straight flush, and that's double entendre. Double entendre.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much, and Ms. Tolan, I don't think we're ever going to get the real deal on it, but I hope at the conclusion of it, you'll realize that if we don't do this now, we're going to race right past the poopy water line and keep going. This is just an enforceable pause. Thank you for your consideration so sincerely, every one of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Merry Christmas.
I'm
Happy New
gonna.
Year.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Amber Boback. Where you at? Usually you're over there. Where Amber? Oh, there you are. Okay. Do we have anybody else from our delegation here that we're waiting for? Okay. Do we have anybody from Partington and Tremont? Okay. Senator, we're just going to do one more public comment to wait for your other colleagues. If they don't come, then we're going to proceed. Good. Okay, great. I got a thumbs up over there. That's good. You don't want to upset the senator. Amber, floor is yours.
Okay, Amber Boback, Ormond Beach resident. Please bear with me. As you know, I am not a good public speaker. Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, staff, and neighbors. I am speaking again tonight because I want Ormond Beach to stay the Ormond Beach I've loved, the one I call home. Like many people in this room, I didn't grow up entirely inside the city limits. I've lived back and forth between Clay and Volusia County for years. I chose to raise my family here because of family, community, the land, the water, and the quiet spaces that still exist between us. That choice came with responsibility. I want to be clear about something that gets left out in the noise driven by emotion. Most of the undeveloped land we are talking about within this city lately is already privately owned and legally zoned for some sort of development. Under current state law, the city cannot simply say no, and pretending otherwise puts Ormond at risk and often results in worse outcomes. I know this firsthand, otherwise there would not be a Circle K prepping to go up against my neighbors' homes. This doesn't mean we give up. It means we get smarter, we go higher, and we fight for change the right way. I respect our planning staff, our boards, this dais, while also not always agreeing with decisions or outcomes. I also understand the anger and fear many residents feel when they see trees come down and for sale signs go up, the way I feel too. But instead of continuing to shout past one another and calling somebody out for this or that, I want to explore any legal, financial, realistic way the city can preserve what remains. I would like to talk about building a community preservation fund that doesn't rely on waiting for grants that may never come. I know we have county options, but let's focus on what we can do here. Tonight, I'm not asking the city to spend money it doesn't have. I'm asking the city to lead an open public conversation about how residents can help shoulder the responsibility of preservation. This $100 is not much, but it's real. I'm offering it as the first contribution towards preserving the places that made so many of us choose Ormond Beach in the first place, because protecting the city isn't the job of the dais or the staff alone. It's not the job of one voice. It's not solved by pretending the law is something it's not. It's a shared commitment of our community, holding the act within reality, care, and with each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Okay, so we gave enough time for rest of our delegates to come, and we're going to move on to we're going to pause the public comment here and go into the presentations and proclamations section. So today we'd like to recognize our esteemed Volusia County legislative delegates, and I know we have Senator Tom Wright here, so I will call him up first.
Check, check. Senator, good to see you. Yes, you too. We really appreciate everything you do for our community. I know you guys work hard up there in Tallahassee, and you're all over the place. I see you on social media doing great things, a lot for the vets and the police and the fire. So we greatly appreciate everything you do. So that's one of the reasons why we brought you out here tonight, was to recognize all your services. I know this is going to be your last legislative session, right, as a senator. So we'll miss you, but you did some great work, and I know you got some work ahead of you coming up. But with that, I'm going to give you the microphone for a second if you wanted to say a few things.
Thank you.
We got to be careful giving a politician a microphone, but that's all right.
I'm not getting it back. How much time do we have? No, really, Ormond Beach has always been so strong for their community in coming to see us in Tallahassee, and they should be applauded for that. They work very hard on behalf of this community and making sure that we in Tallahassee know what the needs are of the community, what the desires are, and we work hard with them to try and make that happen. So that's what it takes. It takes the same thing for individuals. Just come and see us if you want. We do have a Port Orange office here. I do, as you're in, well, part of my district. Most of it's Tom Leake's district, but still we all work together to make sure that we take care of the people that we represent. So each senator has 600,000 constituents. Some days they're all calling at the same time. Kind of overloads the computers and the phones. But I just want you to know how proud I am to be able to serve the communities, and it's been a pleasure these last 7 years, and we got one more year to go, so let's not give up yet. Maybe we can even get some more exciting things done for the community of Ormond Beach. And every year they seem to recognize us, and you know that means a lot to us. We don't do this for the money. We get paid $29,000 a year, so no one wants the job for $29,000 a year. But it's just to be able to serve our community for 8 years, if we're given that luxury, and to give back to our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator. And, you know, I hope I don't overstep here a little bit, but if I'm correct, during COVID, I think you were the only office open, too, for residents, and you were taking calls from everybody all across Florida. So, yeah. Wow. So thank you for that, too, as well. Okay, with that said, it's going to be picture time, and we're going to see which one is yours. Yeah, there you go, right in the middle. Did you want your aide to come, or just want to? Sure. Okay, Charlene, where you at? Oh, she had to take some pictures? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Charlene. So this is Charlene Gagner. She lives in Armor Beach.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes. And come on. And she runs our office all year round. And she herself does all the hard work in the community. She makes it happen. And everywhere I go, people say, and I was at Embry-L Bennett VA Nursing Home today doing their Christmas event from 2 to 4. And this one gentleman came in a wheelchair and said, "Tell Charlene, thank you for all she does for veterans." So how about that? Yeah. Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you all. We appreciate you. Come see us. Thank you. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the holidays are coming. Thank you all. Thank you. So today I have the good fortune to be with the Korean War veterans today from noon to 1:30.
Just been here for a minute. So yeah, give it to him. Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not there from last year, so you know how it is. Here in the state of Florida, we estimated 18 months ago, we had 10,000 World War II veterans living here, and we have 4,000 today. So, we're working on a project to record all of their history and be able to preserve that for all of us and yes, throughout the state to be able to touch screen and that's something that'll be beneficial for all our young people to have a better idea of what's going on currently and looking back at the history and what so many have given for this country of ours. God bless the United States of America.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming out, and Merry Christmas, and have a Happy New Year. Yes, you too.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your patience on that one, but we appreciate Senator coming out, and we're going to move on back to public comment. So next up, we're going to call up Jeff Bruns.
Hey, y'all, thanks for having me. I'm here representing 915 Ocean Shore Boulevard, Shoreham. I don't know if anybody's seen the building. It's in Laurie's district. We just finished, we're at the end of a $2.5 million renovation project to get our concrete under control based on the building that collapsed down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, whatever. But so the project for the A1A has come through just recently. So we're just at the end of this, trying to protect everything we built, you know, from a building that was built in 1972. The problem is the A1A road that's put in, they've taken most of our gradual declining land out to the road, and they've put basically 2 retention ponds right in front of our retaining wall for our covered garage, and we think it's going to be a problem. So I wanted to go on record that we need to have an engineer or somebody come out and evaluate this, because I've been there for 10 years. We've had no water problems at all. The water usually just slowly degraded and was absorbed by the grass that was there, but the grass is gone now. They've taken, like I said, they've taken half of it and replaced it with concrete. And all the concrete now flows into these 2 culverts, and they put these mini retention ponds right in front of our garage. So I encourage people to go by 915 and go look at it and see what they've done, because the water's got to have somewhere to go. And before, like I said, it had a place to go. It'd be absorbed by the sand. But now it's all getting pushed, and there's going to be more of it, too. As the rains come, I've been through lots of hurricanes down here, and there's lots of water that shows up. But it's going to push directly right into these ponds, which is sitting right next to our garage retaining wall now.
Joyce, can you have somebody follow up with him on that? Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
May I?
915 Ocean Shore Boulevard. And this is your contact number. It's on the card.
Yeah, I'm on the board there. I'm
Okay.
actually the treasurer, so I came to represent the whole, we have 57 owners.
Okay.
And
Please let me-
everybody's concerned, because literally, we just assessed and we just fixed all the stuff to protect the concrete. That's the goal. And now we've got all this water coming in off the roads, and one, they took out all of our landscaping. They pulled all of our irrigation system out. Literally some pieces. I had pictures of it functioning 2 weeks before they did it. It's all gone. And now the water has nowhere to go. I mean, it's not like they put it into storm drains to flush it out. It's just going to sit in these retaining ponds, and it's going to push, it's got to have somewhere to go. It's going to go towards our building, and we're just afraid it's going to cause us, issues, quickly, when the next big rain comes.
Okay. We had somebody from the commission want to say something. Go ahead, Lori.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we had a FDOT workshop. I know you were in there. Prior to the workshop, I talked with John. Is it John or Jim? Jim. And I shared with him pictures that Mr. Alan Burton gave me with that same address with the issues. So prior to the FDOT meeting, he is already aware of it. He's going to take a look at it, and he will get back with you. Not with you, but with Mr. Burton and with staff.
I mean, we've been stroking checks for engineers for the last, 2 years,
Yeah.
$6,000 a month. I mean, I don't want to write another check for an engineer to look at something that we didn't cause, that was, caused by FDOT.
No.
So I don't know if the city has an engineer that they could send out to tell us, like, what's going to happen with this water. I mean, it's got nowhere to go.
He's very aware of the problem. So I just want to tell you that it's already in the works, but I'm sure staff will follow up and continue with that.
Well, staff will follow up for sure.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you for coming out, Jeff.
Thanks.
Next up, we have Todd Ween.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Todd Ween. I work for K&G Aviation as well as Super Patrol USA at the Ormond Beach Airport. Today, we want to talk to you about to show our support for removing of some of the trees that are in the approach and departure safety zones for the runways at the airport. It's very important, obviously, that these be cleared. I think it's kind of self-evident. It's very important that these trees are gone. Even just the other day, one of our clients' aircraft had an engine issue on departure. Luckily, the pilot has over 14,000 hours of flying time. He's flown out of the airport since before I was probably born. So he's very familiar. Him and a second pilot were able to bring the airplane around, land safely, even though they even missed a coyote that was on the runway on takeoff, so double whammy. Because of these trees, the FAA has also issued a NOTAM, as I'm sure some of you are aware. So now there's a NOTAM. They've increased the minimums for aircraft coming in during instrument flight conditions. We've currently had other clients, customers, who have been forced now to divert to Daytona. They can't even come home. They own companies here. They own hangars at the airport. They employ members of the community. They own homes in the community, if I didn't say that already. Now they're forced to go to Daytona. We have to make arrangements to get them. It doesn't come without expense. It can be anywhere from thousands to tens of thousands of dollars for these customers just to have to go to Daytona and then to relocate their aircraft back to Ormond when they can. The issues of removing trees, it's not new to the airport. We've done it in 2018. Several trees were, I believe, trimmed and stuff like that. I think 40 some acres, I believe, that was done. We've had other issues because of that. The animals on the airport have gone insane. I've almost hit a turkey just taxiing on the airport. I could see the coyotes have been out. Deer. We've actually had an aircraft hit a deer. We've also had an aircraft 5 or 6 years ago actually hit trees on approach to land at the airport in Ormond. So I really hope you guys will take time and we can get this resolved and make the airport safer for all of us and for the community. Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Next, we have Arthur Armstrong.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here. I'm speaking to some old business, and it's basically the resolution number 2012-21, the Brownfield Redemption Act. The reason I bring this up again is the Brownfield is land, obviously, and they're using the word brownfield because it sounds good. It sounds like it's a dessert or something. Brownfield is nothing but some of the worst pollution we have in this country, generated by years and years of neglect and whatnot. And Ormond Beach is not, it should be, and is very familiar with hazardous waste in this property. We've got it everywhere in Ormond Beach. I'm just going to give you a quick scenario. Some of these locations, these brownfields, we're going to start right with just a gentleman just left the airport. The airport was originally back in World War II. World War II, I was in the Army. Trust me, I know what we do or didn't do back then. I wasn't that old. I'm not that old. But during that time, anything and everything that came out of those planes, any kind of problem, any kind of hazardous waste, gasoline, whatever, went in the ground. It went in the ground. Every place I've been in the Army, I know that's what it was. Vietnam, the same way. We did not play games. That place is polluted. Okay, that's just one location in this community. It's got to be resolved. It's not going to be resolved by taking trees down and adding on lengths of our runway. The airport business park 1 and 2 has brownfields. Nothing's being done about it. They just keep building. Hull Road is basically, and I've said this before, is one of the worst roads we have in this city. Worst roads. Dangerous. We have all of our children, people from all over the world come to play in our fields, and that road is deplorable. We have continuing situations where some of the equipment that's used, or trucks and stuff like that, are in and out of Hull Road, spilling on a regular basis. I can call that department right there, and I get nothing. Or they'll show up, and it's never even cleaned up right. Or they'll call up some of the people that have spilled, clean your mess up. We look at Route 1 right now, and there's areas, big areas of asphalt and other materials that have been dropped. It's still on that road. When you go over that road, it's like this. People are on bikes, people are walking, they have to run over that. There's nothing done about it. I could tell you probably 6 different times that I could probably tell you about something like that. Okay, that's the Hull Road. The Florida East Coast Railroad that runs through our community is polluted. Everything on a lot of those areas that have problems, especially where they have to have third rails and things like that. It's history. It's there. It's not being taken care of, though. Tomoka Estates, it's a shame. This is a nice estate. Riverbend Golf Club, closed, has pollution on it. From where? The airport. They're not doing anything about it, but it's been closed for 4 years, and it should be opened. That's what it should be. Let me see. Okay, well, I guess I didn't judge my time, but
Thanks,
I went over a couple of other things, but
Merry
this has
Christmas.
got to be taken care of. Thank you.
Next up is David Joel.
I'm David Joel, 2040 Tony Street, Ormond Beach. On December 2nd of 25, I presented a letter from St. Johns River Water Management at the Volusia County Council meeting. It was a warning letter dated October 31st, 2025, addressed to the city of Ormond Beach. The letter recommended that construction cease at the airport sports complex due to lack of permits. After discovering that airport property could contain hazardous materials that Ormond Beach described in a December 19, 2014 EPA grant application were possibly contaminated with several toxic and hazardous substances, and they are being hauled to a Volusia County road building site, I became concerned. I tried to alert city and county officials to a possible dangerous situation. Discovery of hazardous materials at the airport could affect future construction. St. Johns River made several attempts to halt construction at the sports complex and finally moved in and shut it down on December 10th of 2025 at 2:30 p.m. When will this former Navy Airport property be tested for hazardous materials and complete brownfield assessment, which the city was awarded a $400,000 grant in 2016 to do, and hopefully finally get a clean bill of health that Ormond Beach children can play ball without concerns or possible dangers. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Next up is Colleen McMahon.
Good evening, everyone. Colleen McMahon, candidate for Zone 1. I'm here tonight because I'm going to talk about what Mr. David Jewell just spoke about. On October 31st, 2025, over at the airport, it was another order to stop any kind of construction over there. Residents are calling me. I've got video. December 10th, I had 3 videos, again, of us bulldozing. The problem was we did not have the correct permit. I talked to St. John's River Waste Management, and I spoke to him. He said they're going to get the permit. It's not right now. They don't have it. He told me that as a candidate and as the residents, that any other bulldozing that goes on at that site needs to be stopped, and he will go again over to the airport and shut it down again. We don't have the right permits. They are doing things over there at the airport. I did also talk to the Department of Environmental Protected Solid Waste Facility. We're talking facility 107592. What they're telling us is there is no evidence of pollutant releases have been observed over there. We have no soil sampling, but we are bulldozing that soil. So I am concerned about the children. Absolutely. We're bulldozing over there. Where are those solvents going? Into our wastewater? Everybody is concerned. As a candidate, I'm getting calls from the residents that are telling me they are concerned. We have a lot of issues at the airport in Zone 1, and I think we need to take a look at it. I'm asking you to do a workshop along with Stephen. Thank you for what you do, but we need to figure out this airport, is what I'm saying to everybody. I also would like to say that I submitted a public records request. Again, request for communication regarding this airport. Again, I'm charged $167. So the transparency of what's going on out there at that airport, especially as a candidate, when I'm talking to residents, they want to know. But again, we can't get the records. So that's my concern, again, according to the auto renewal contracts. Which raises real concern again here is a transparency. The public is simply trying to understand what is going on in our city. Let me be clear. Developers get meetings. Consultants get contracts. We, the people, get 3 minutes. We don't get comments. We don't get a back and forth. We're just told to look at the clock and say, you get 3 minutes, candidate Colleen, and then be quiet and go sit down. This is going to change. This is going to change. The next FOIA request, because I have 22 minutes, just so Joyce Shanahan knows, it will be to find out on all advisory boards the names of the people, how long they've been on the advisory boards, as far as their years in tenure, because we, the people, are tired. Enough is enough. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Commissioner Sargent, would you like to make a comment?
Can staff provide an update on this permit and on these FOIA requests so that they are being answered in a timely manner? I just would like to know more about it, and I think the residents deserve it.
Fair enough. Next up, we have Jane Doe. Is there a Jane Doe here? We can only just do it, 3 minutes each card. So if you can want, you maybe split it in half, do half now and half for someone else, whatever you want to do, but.
Okay, I get half my time for James Pilot.
Okay. So.
If he needs it.
So you could speak now for the 3 minutes? You don't need to speak? Okay. So we'll give it to James Powers. James Powers is next. Come on up.
I'd first like to say good evening and happy holidays. I'd sent Joyce, pay attention, please.
I'm sorry. We need the correct times, three minutes?
No, she gave half the time to me.
I'm sorry, the time isn't transferable.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, so you guys go
No.
against Florida statute on everything, not just policy and procedure. Okay.
It's 3 minutes per person. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so when Foundation Risk Partners was in here, and they had a lady come up and give her time to the gentleman that was speaking for Foundation Risk Partners, and since I'm a citizen, I'm not a corporate owner, does that fall into a different field? I'm just trying to understand. Like, you're legal, not me.
Okay, you're cutting into your 3 minutes, so.
Oh, so you make dialogue. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to start right here. Jason, I sent Joyce an email. I've sent her 2. Never get a response from her. I did put in that email. Joyce, pay attention, please. I did put in that email. Pardon?
I'm taking notes.
Good, thank you. I did put in that email that I would come and tell the whole commission what's going on. When you do a public records request here in Ormond Beach, they're never fulfilled the right way. The only one I've ever got fulfilled is through Captain Roos. He's the only one that can fill a public records request the right way. I have on body cam video from Lieutenant Larson in the back of the room. I'm not going to state the name of the person, so I just don't think they understood what they were doing wrong. In their official capacity, went up to Lieutenant Larson and asked, who is that gentleman that stood up and talked about Lion Leslie? My problem is, I've never seen this. I've lived here in Ormond Beach for 35 years. When my wife spoke and turned her back, I got a call from legal saying that it could be considered a disruption of a business meeting. By me raising my hand, could be considered a disruption of a business meeting. What I would like you to do, Mayor, since you run the meetings, is look up the second DCA Court of Appeals on January 18th, 2025, in the state of Florida, on you can raise your hand. Do you remember when you rejected me for raising my hand? What you honestly did is you violated my First Amendment right. And the second DCA already has made a court ruling on that. To the next step, I only got 45 seconds. During the Christmas parade, you solicited a trespass against a citizen. Right now is an open FOIA request to everyone sitting here. I would like the body cam footage, all notes, all documentation and text messages with Officer Kennedy, Myers, and Henderson. I would also request at this moment every text message between you and Lieutenant Larson for the last 6 months. I know I can't go after your personal cell phone, but what I will go after is any of your personal cell phone text messages to Lieutenant Larson's cell phone through the city.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone heard the public records request?
Marcia Blue.
Marcia Blue, 12 Honey Bear Path. Good evening, everyone. A few years ago, 3 of us were given a tour of the Ormond Beach Municipal Airport grounds. We asked the status of the brownfield and were told there was no brownfields there. On December 2nd at the City Commission meeting, brownfields was mentioned again. Basically, with digging going on at the ball fields, people want to be certain that if brownfields exist in the airport areas, then folks want to know if appropriate measures have been taken, what type of contamination, what dates and type of services performed, what cleanup and company used. If no brownfields exist, show us the documentation and dates and how and when they were tested, and if there was contamination, what company tested, and the reports the company provided the city. There are a lot of brownfields documentation that mentions US 1 airport corridor. Here are a few in which I will read only important areas. fiscal year 15 U.S. EPA Brownfields Assessment Grant. In addition to the environmental justice concerns presented in the Granada Boulevard area, the city has concerns over unknown and potentially significant contamination that may have been associated with 15 years of past activities at the former United States military base once located in the airport area. Petroleum products and hazardous materials commonly found on military bases include chlorinated solvents, petroleum fuels, engine maintenance products, pesticides, toxic heavy metals, radioactive materials, lead paint, asbestos-containing materials. The airport area has been built up, but potential contaminants have not been delineated, not removed, to the city's knowledge. Toxic substances have been used on the site. Resolution number 2012-21 states, a resolution designating certain lands located in the North U.S. Highway 1 area to be brownfield area, including the Ormond Beach Municipal Airport / Business Park. Brownfields Redevelopment Act is to reduce public health and environmental hazards on commercial and industrial sites, promote site rehabilitation to eliminate the risk that contamination may pose to the environment and public health, taking into account the current and future use of land and water and the degree to which contamination may spread and place the public or environment at risk, and to eliminate community decline, including disease and illness, crime, etc. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia. Jackson Collier.
Alrighty, howdy.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. My name is Jackson Collier. I'm a public affairs specialist with the United States Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster Recovery.
You don't mind if I ask you to lift the microphone a little higher? There you go. This way I can hear you.
Alrighty. Public affairs specialist with the United States Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster Recovery. We're the largest source of funds for homeowners, businesses, nonprofits, et cetera, in a disaster. I'm here right now because there was a disaster declared in Brevard, Indian River, Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Volusia on October 26th as a result of a very severe storm, from my understanding, and floods. And I just wanted to make folks aware in this room and in front of me that there's a looming deadline on the 6th of January for any of that assistance that we provide. This assistance are disaster loans, physical disaster loans, where folks who were damaged, their businesses, their personal property, if they were a renter, their personal property there, that would be covered. These are loans as low as 3% for homeowners and 4% for businesses. And I just wanted to note that I have spoken with a lot of the emergency managers already throughout the counties that I mentioned, and I do know that Volusia didn't really experience too much of an impact from that storm. So I do want to mention, though, that the SBA does offer mitigation funding, mitigation assistance, and folks impacted by Hurricane Milton may want to have more information about this. If they had a physical disaster loan from us, for Hurricane Milton, let's say, within the last 2 years, they'd be eligible maybe to get mitigation funding up to 20% of their loss verified. So I just wanted to make sure that the city had that information and was aware of it, that deadline coming up. Be happy to answer any questions.
No questions. Thank you for coming out, Jackson.
May I approach the bench to give you a card?
If you want, give it to the city clerk, and she'll hand it to me.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Greg Shemakin.
Shimon, I'll relinquish my time. Mr. Weed covered the safety aspects of the trees here.
Okay, thank you, Greg. All right, with that, we're done with the audience remarks, and we're going to move on to consent agenda.
Mr. Mayor,
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I just skipped over it.
Go ahead.
Approval of the minutes. I know this weird thing that we did tonight just messed me up. We're going to move to the approval of the minutes first.
Second.
I'm just going to read it real quick, and then we'll do that.
Go ahead.
Okay. The minutes for the December 2nd, 2025 City Commission meeting have been sent to the Commission for review and posted to the city's website. Does anyone have any corrections or change at this time? Seeing none? Okay.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Motion approved. We'll move on to consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are deemed routine and non-controversial. The action proposed is stated for each item. Unless the city commission removes an item from the consent agenda, no discussion on individual items will occur, and a single motion will approve all items. Does any member of the commission wish to pull any items from the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull item 7F.
7F.
Move approval absent 7F.
Second.
Okay. Well, I won't need you, Joyce, then.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Staff is requesting that item 7F, the Live Local Act, opt-out action be pulled from tonight's agenda. The city is required to rely on the 2025 Schimberg Center Housing Studies Annual Report, which has not yet been released by that center. That report identifies whether the number of affordable and available rental units within the metropolitan statistical area, which includes Ormond Beach, exceeds the number of rental households. Without the finalized 2025 data, staff does not yet have the information required to support consideration of the opt-out act exemption. Boy, that's tough to say tonight. Staff has already initiated the required legal advertisement for this item, which is scheduled to run on Sunday, December 21st. As a result, the commission will need to hold a special meeting between December 22nd and December 30th, and we will need a majority to be there to consider this item once the report is available. The city's final statutory requirement is to transmit the opt-out decision no later than December 31st, and staff will ensure that the commission is properly scheduled to meet that deadline. So what we're asking for is a special meeting sometime between December 22nd and December 30th. It won't be very long, and we need a majority of the commission there in order to do that.
Joyce, just for a second here, we have a motion and a second to approve the items that are already on the consent. Okay. So I'm going to call a vote for that, and then we're going to read the 7F, and then we'll do that vote. Is it okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. All right, so we have a motion and second for every item except for F, correct? Okay, with that said, City Clerk, please call a vote.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, if I may comment on 7F, I think we had the same report last year, and it was about the same time frame. We had to have a special meeting last year. So this is almost like a repeat of what we did last year.
Yeah, just for formality reasons, that's why I'm trying to do it this way. City Clerk, if you can, just read 7F.
Resolution number 2025-200, a resolution making a finding pursuant to Section 196.1978, subsection 3, subsection O, Florida statutes based upon the 2025 Schimberg Center for Housing Studies Annual Report, electing to not exempt certain properties located within the city of Ormond Beach from ad valorem taxation under the Live Local Act, subject to that finding, providing for the preservation of existing exemptions, authorizing the execution of all documents incidental thereto, and setting forth an effective date. This is resolution number 2025-00, read by title only.
Okay, and for the record here, like we just discussed, the city manager, that we had to pull this item because we didn't publicly notice it enough time, right?
First of
We'll
all,
have the information.
we did not get the report.
Oh, I'm sorry, report, okay.
Right.
I thought it was, we didn't have enough time to publicly notice it.
No, so
Okay.
it has to be properly noticed, but we also, the holdup was the report. We haven't gotten that report.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I move to table the item.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, and comment, go ahead.
I will not be in town for any of those days. So hopefully you still get majority, but I will not be in town for any of those.
Okay, that's noted, and Kristen Dean will not be in town.
What
Okay.
dates do you want?
So we're looking at anything the 29th through the 31st, 22nd through the 24th.
I'm available any of them.
I'm available.
I'll be available too.
Through the.
23rd. Oh,
We have all those.
so we have every date available through the 31st. But, the sooner we do it, the better off, because we have to transmit that to Volusia County.
Okay, so let's decide that right now then.
I'll avail myself to all those dates. I can be here.
Okay, run those dates by me again.
So it's the 22nd, the 23rd, 24th is a holiday, 25th is a holiday, the 26th, the 29th, the 30th, and I don't think we could push it to the 31st because we have to transmit it to
Can we
to Volusia.
do
Well,
the
let's start with the
22nd?
Let's start with 22nd then. Anybody available 22nd? That's Monday?
We're gonna be able to-
Okay. Noon, is that good?
I
Morning?
would do it first thing in the morning, get it
8
done.
9 o'clock? Can we do 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a magistrate.
Well, you need to have it advertised. I don't know if you have enough time for it.
We're going to be advertising on Sunday.
For Monday.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Well, we could do 9.
Is that enough time, Susan? If we advertise, we'll send the advertising in?
Yeah, I'm just looking at that too. I'm like, one day?
We can send the ad in tomorrow, and it can air on Sunday, right, Susan?
It will run on Sunday if
Right,
it's submitted
so-
tomorrow.
Should we do it Tuesday to be safe?
Whatever you want is fine, whatever you want.
You tell us. I mean, if we just want to be compliant here.
We have a magistrate hearing at 10 a.m. on Monday, so if we could do Tuesday, that might be better.
Okay,
Tuesday at 9 a.m. All right, got some nods here.
okay.
Tuesday, 9 a.m.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I don't need a motion for that, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. I have nothing further.
Do we, Margaret, do we need to vote on that, or do we just table it? Okay, so we're just going to table this and then, okay. All right. Does anybody want to comment on anything on the consent agenda? Deputy Mayor?
Yes, I'd like to comment on, need my glasses, I can't see. Not C and D, I'm sorry. The airport, E, D, and E. This has been long coming. We got to get this done ASAP. These obstacles are not safe. And I'm just wondering with staff, what's the timeline with this since this has been approved? Do we have an idea?
Ryan.
Okay. Okay. And my only comment is the quicker, the sooner, the better, obviously. Got it. Thanks.
Anyone else? I'll just comment real quick on 7B. This is for the lighting for the police vehicles. And I'm familiar with the equipment that's being used here. I just wanted to point out, though, that if we actually went to a fleet maintenance program, the lighting would be included with the vehicle, so we could really save some money on that. But just wanted to put that on record. Other than that, though, we're going to move on to public hearings. City Clerk, please read the legal title 8A, ordinance number 2025-37.
Ordinance number 2025-37, an ordinance of the City of Ormond Beach, Florida, amending the comprehensive plan for the City of Ormond Beach in its entirety pursuant to Chapter 163 Florida statutes, rescinding ordinance 2025-17, adopting comprehensive plan 2045 amendments based upon comments received from Florida Commerce, including amendments to the plan administration, future land use element, transportation element, utilities element, conservation element, coastal management element, housing element, recreation and open space element, capital improvements element, intergovernmental coordination element, cultural and historical resources element, public schools facilities element, and property rights element, and all associated maps and figures, providing for the transmittal of copies of the amendments to the Florida Commerce, providing public hearings, providing for severability, and setting forth an effective date. This is the second reading of ordinance number 2025-37, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Stephen Spraker, can you please come up and speak on the item? Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's a second reading. Do you guys need to hear him talk about anything? No? Okay. All right. Thank you, Steve. I'm sorry about that. I don't have any cards here. No questions by the commission. Okay. With that, City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Commissioner Sargent? Oh, absent.
absent.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. Okay, City Clerk, can you please read legal title 8B, ordinance number 2025-38?
Ordinance number 2025-38, an ordinance amending Chapter 1, General Administration, Article 3, Definitions and Acronyms, Section 1-22, Definitions of Terms and Words of the City of Ormond Beach Land Development Code, and Chapter 2, District and General Regulations, Article 4, Conditional and Special Exception Regulations, Section 2-57, Criteria for Review of specific conditional and special exception of the City of Ormond Beach Land Development Code to create definitions, establish procedures, and define a process for the review of reasonable accommodation requests for certified recovery residents pursuant to Florida Statute Section 397.487, repealing all inconsistent ordinances or parts thereof, providing for severability, and setting forth an effective date. This is the second reading of ordinance number 2025-38, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
There's a second reading. Do you need Stephen to come up and say anything? No? Okay, I don't have any cards for it. City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Commissioner Tolland?
No.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. City Clerk, please read the legal title 8C, ordinance number 2025-39.
Ordinance number 2025-39, an ordinance amending paragraph C, official zoning map of section 2.01, established of Article 1, establishment of zoning districts and official zoning map of Chapter 2, District and General Regulations of the City of Ormond Beach Land Development Code by amending the official zoning map to rezone one parcel of real property totaling 2.47 plus or minus acres located at 1561 North US Highway 1, Volusia County, parcel number 3136-01-17-0010 from B-7 Highway Tourist Commercial to PBD Planned Business Development, authorizing a revision of the official zoning map, repealing all inconsistent ordinances or parts thereof, and setting forth an effective date. This is the first reading of ordinance number 2025-39, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Second.
Stephen, can you please speak on the item? Now we're ready for you.
Good evening, Stephen Spraker, Plan Director with the city. This is, these two items are interrelated, so this item and the next item. One is a zoning map amendment, the next one is the issuance of a development order. The property is located at 1561 North US Highway 1. It's at the intersection of US Highway 1 and the entrance of the I-95 on-ramp. The property today has a B7 Highway Tourist Commercial zoning district. They are requesting to go to Planned Business Development in order to establish the framework of the next item was the issuance of the development order. The Planning Board recommended approval of the zoning map amendment to Planned Business Development. The property is 2.47 acres. They are seeking to construct a 13,451 square foot building. It is a one-story building. It is a redevelopment. If you recall, it was a former gas station, a Wendy's restaurant. This site is in the Brownfield program. They have an approved remediation plan that they are working with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. There are no wetlands on the site, and the Florida Department of Transportation is proposing a taking associated with the interchange renovations. So the Planned Business Development seeks three deviations or attributes. The first is the Greenbelt buffer. Along US Highway 1, a 36-foot buffer is required, and a 60-foot buffer is required along I-95. Based on the taking and the heliport, they are requesting a smaller buffer width, but they are planting the same amount of plant material on the site. So they're not reducing the volume of the plant material, they're adjusting to the width they have on the property. This is the landscape plan that was part of your package. This deviation was approved by the Planning Board. The next one is site signage. Within this area, only monument signs are allowed, maximum 8 feet of height. They are requesting a 12-foot sign at the intersection of US 1 and I forget the road there. But at the road there, they're doing a 12-foot sign. The Planning Board recommended approval, stating that this was a unique use and the site identification was needed. The last deviation was the wall signage. They are allowed 2 wall signs totaling 146 square feet. They're requesting 5 wall signs totaling 472 square feet. Again, based on the use, the need to get to different parts of the building quickly, the Planning Board recommended approval of that deviation. This is the elevations that were included in the packet, and the planning board recommended approval of the overall project, subject to the resolution of the outstanding site plan review comments, and the applicant is here to address the commission if there are any questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Spraker?
No questions, just comments.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good evening. For the record, Jessica Gao at Cobb Cole Law Firm, 1 Daytona Boulevard in Daytona Beach, Florida. I do have the slides that we use for planning board. If we have questions, I want to go into details on a few of the items. I just want to start by saying that this site, as Stephen noted, was the former gas station Wendy's combo. It is located at, as you all probably recall from hearing DOT discuss, one of the oldest operational interchanges of this design in the state of Florida. So thankfully they are coming through and modifying that interchange. As part of that, there is a taking of the property that kind of constrains landscaping placement on the site, but we're just packing it in a more dense manner as shown in the backup. This site is enrolled in the Florida Brownfield Redevelopment Program, not the EPA Brownfield that I think we've heard some public comments about this evening. Thank you, Stephen. So the property owner has entered into a binding agreement with the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to clean up some limited soil impacts that are there just from that former gas station use. So that will proceed with the redevelopment of the site. We're hoping this kickstarts kind of this US 1 corridor redevelopment. The use itself, the emergency department, we noted this at planning board, the closest emergency department to this site is 14 minutes away in Daytona Beach or Palm Coast. So we think it's a need in this community. If you look at travel distances, I think I said minutes save lives in this context. The modifications that we are requesting here are really limited to visibility of the site and that signage aspect from the interstate and with the traveling public to make sure they arrive and get the care that they need. That's a very high-level overview. I'll note that at planning board, we had an additional waiver relating to fencing. We did modify that to comply with the staff recommendation of wrought iron fencing around that helipad enclosure. And with that, I'm here for any questions, and we do have Ben Shoemaker with Kimley Horn, our civil engineer, if you have questions as well.
Commissioner Barley?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I was just want to add is, or just comment on, is I believe the relief they're asking for the type of use this is for that area. I think Ms. Gow said it absolutely correctly. It's about 14 minutes to the closest, emergency facility in that area. You need to be, and of course, 95 is it's a tourist area, and our folks need to know, people on the highway need to know where they can go for emergency services. So I think what they're asking for is very reasonable.
I concur with you on that one. Deputy Mayor, did you have a comment? Or
I do, thank you. Usually I'm a big stickler on buffers and green belts and all of that, but with this use, it makes perfect sense with all the concessions that were made, and I want to applaud the planning board for helping get this project to us so beautifully, and I want to thank Advent Hospital for making a presence in an area where we need. The only thing I wish is that it could be even bigger. And it's a beautiful example of a brownfield redevelopment. So thank you, Jessica, and thank you to Advent for putting our community first.
Any other comments?
Right.
Okay.
Thank
no other
you.
questions.
Happy
Thank
holidays.
you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Okay, so I don't have any more cards. Any more discussion from the dais here?
Mayor, move approval.
Second.
City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. City Clerk, can you please read legal title 8D, ordinance number 2025-40?
Ordinance number 2025-40, an ordinance authorizing the execution and issuance of a development order for a planned business development to be located at 1561 North US Highway 1, to be known as the Advent Health Off-Site Emergency Department, authorizing the redevelopment of the property for a medical use, establishing conditions and expirations of approval, and setting forth an effective date. This is the first reading of ordinance number 2025-40, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Second.
Do we need the plan director to come up again? I don't think so, right? Okay. And the applicant? No. Okay, and I have no cards for audience remarks. Any discussion? No. City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. Okay, move on to 8E. City Clerk, please read the legal title, ordinance number 2025-41.
Ordinance number 2025-41, an ordinance amending Chapter 1, General Administration, Article 3, Definitions and Acronyms, Section 1-22, Definition and Terms and Words of the City of Ormond Beach Land Development Code, and Chapter 2, District and General Regulations, Article 3, General Regulations, Section 2-50, Accessory Uses, Subsection T, Home Occupations of the City of Ormond Beach Land Development Code, to update the regulations for home occupations based upon Section 559.955 Florida statutes, repealing all inconsistent ordinances or parts thereof, providing for severability and setting forth an effective date. This is the first reading of ordinance number 2025-41, read by title only.
Motion for approval?
Move approval.
Second.
Oh. Okay, you got it, Susan? Okay. Can we have Stephen Spraker come up and speak on the item? Thank you.
Good evening, Stephen Spraker. The purpose of this amendment is to align our land development code with the Florida statute. The statute 559.555 contains very specific requirements of what you can and can't do regarding home-based businesses. And then if you violate it, you're liable for cost, including attorney's fees. So what we did is we amended the definitions for home-based businesses. We deleted the existing section, and then basically we aligned it with Florida statutes. We require each home-based business has a business tax receipt as it does today. It expires at the end of the year, so they'd have to renew it yearly, and then it can't be transferred. There is a revocation clause if the business violates either land development code or Florida statute. The planning board did recommend approval of this land development code amendment, and staff's available if there's any questions.
Anyone have any questions for Stephen? No? Thank you, Stephen. I do have a card here for an ordinance remark, and I'd like to call up Connie Colby.
Good evening, Connie Colby, 108 Roble Lane in Ormond Beach. The first time I saw this, there's some parts of it I'm not sure I understand, but the business parts of it, we live in a residential area, and we have people who think that that's a good place to store their lawn equipment for their businesses, like big long trailers, in their front yard, in their driveways, and I don't know if that pertains to this at all, but residential areas should be protected from that kind of environment. Home occupation as well, I'm not sure I understand that one either. Does that have anything to do with the number of people living in your house? How many, sometimes we have a lot of people in homes where 5 kids and they've all got a car and they're parking all over their driveways, their front yards, and every place else. So I'm not sure I understand all of this, but if it has anything to do with those kind of situations, I think it needs to have another look. Thank you.
Stephen, can you just come up and reiterate that? Thank you.
So this land development code amendment and the state statute doesn't have anything to do with the number of people living in a unit. That's a separate land development code ordinance regulation. Also, this amendment doesn't affect the location of the outdoor storage. Our same rules today apply. If there are issues, it's a code enforcement issue that needs to be enforced. In essence, this amendment basically copies the Florida statutes. It is throughout the state of Florida. Basically, the state is telling you what you can and can't regulate. So I understand the concerns of Ms. Colby. I'm happy to meet with her, but this amendment doesn't affect those items you mentioned.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Stephen. Any more questions for Stephen? Okay. I hope that helped you a little bit. We have a motion and a second for approval. City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. Okay, we'll move on to 8F. City Clerk, please read legal title, resolution number 2025-203.
Resolution number 2025-203, a resolution authorizing the execution and issuance of a special exception for outdoor activity and storage for Hall Road Contractor Storage located at 829 and 835 Hall Road, located within the I-1 Light Industrial Zoning District, to allow outdoor storage and activity under certain conditions, establishing conditions and expiration date of approval, and setting forth an effective date. This is resolution number 2025-203, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Second.
Stephen, can you please speak on this item? Thank you.
Stephen Spraker, Planning Director. This property is located at 829, 835 Hall Road. It is an industrial land use and zone property. The property was formerly approved for an RV and boat storage. In the I-1 zoning district, RV and boat storage is an allowed use through the Site Plan Review Committee. They had proposed a concrete drive and then asphalt millings on the side. So that project went to construction. The contractor couldn't complete the improvements. They abandoned the project. So this contractor has purchased the property with the goal of maintaining the same site plan. So instead of the concrete on the drive, it's all asphalt millings. They're utilizing the same stormwater plan, same landscaping plan, but the use would change from RV and boat storage to contractor storage. One of the concerns was how would it look from Hull Road? So they have put vinyl fence along the frontage to screen the outdoor material. There'd be other fencing to screen the other sides and to provide security. There are conditions within a development order. The 8-foot fence around the property, the storage can't exceed the height of the fence, and the items stored are for this contractor only. At the planning board, there was some concerns expressed about the maintenance of the property. The property owner indicated that there was some dumping that was occurring. They've cleaned the site. They have not fenced it, but they've put cameras on the site. Their intention is to move to construction as quickly as possible. I believe the applicant is here. The planning board did recommend approval of the application. Staff's available if there are any questions.
One question for you, just going back to saying that this is only allowed for the owner to use, so he can't sublease out or anything like that?
Correct, only for this contractor for his use. And I believe, at least talking to the applicant and hearing the planning board, he needs it for his business.
And the current allowed use right now is for boat and RV storage?
The I-1 would allow RV and boat storage as a permitted use. So he took that site plan and made it into his.
Okay, great, thank you. Commissioner Sargent?
Thank you. I know in the minutes, resident Arthur had a question about flooding. Was that resolved with this plan?
So this project provides the stormwater required for this site. I believe Mr. Armstrong, I think he may still be here, his focus was not only this property, but the larger Hull Road. Hull Road is going through a 386 grant. So that is working through his process to try to identify some longer, broader stormwater goals. So that is going through a separate process.
Any other questions for Deputy Mayor?
Piggybacking on what Commissioner Sargent said, one of my notes I wanted to ask you was the flooding, because Bear Creek backs up right there, and we've heard over and over again the last few years about the flooding in Bear Creek. The ditches that are on the sides of Hull Road, we know that's not a great road right now. I don't know if Hull Road is city or county, but in the meantime, is there any way we can look at these ditches and maybe clean them out a little bit to help mitigate some of the potential flooding? Not from this project,
Correct.
But generally speaking.
Right, and I think that's part of the larger project, the 386. They're trying to identify what the best solutions would be.
Okay.
So I can't really speak to that. I know it's going through that process. I believe they're almost at a point where they're trying to identify projects, but this project is separate of that larger issue. And they're providing their own stormwater, maintaining it on site.
Is the property, what's on the ground right now? Is it dirt or is it concrete?
No, it is, they started clearing, they had some some piles of dirt mounded, and basically the grass is grown on. So it's vacant site, grass with some dirt on there.
And what are they going to plan on doing with the ground with this approval? Are they going to keep it? You know,
They'll level it out, they'll grade it per the approved site plan, and they'll dig the stormwater pond, and they'll basically follow the approved site plan once if they get approval.
so if they put blacktop or concrete, is the water going to run off and go somewhere else to another property?
It's going to go in it's going to go in that stormwater system. So they have asphalt millings throughout the property, concrete apron, and basically it goes into the stormwater pond per the approved stormwater plan.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Spraker?
So that stormwater pond is on the north side of the south side of the property, Stephen?
Correct.
Just dry retention?
Correct.
What's your feelings on it?
Well, I'm just, Commissioner Sargent has,
Is there any land out there that we could purchase to maybe do more stormwater with? Maybe 874 Hall Road? I know that's a location that maybe we could look into purchasing.
Yeah, I think that's a larger scope within this special exception. So
I'm just thinking down the road. I know that's different than this, but just an idea.
Stephen, how much, this dry retention he has, adequate? I guess it is. I mean, you wouldn't be proposing to approve this if it wasn't adequate.
Correct. So this project was previously approved by the Site Plan Review Committee. I believe they got their St. John's 10-2 exemption. So it's already been approved once. They're coming back again, utilizing the same design.
Right.
So he's basically using the same. So if this were RV and boat storage, the Site Plan Review Committee would be reviewing, approving it. Because it's not, because he's doing outdoor storage, he's a special exception use versus a conditional use. So yes, the Site Plan Review Committee has reviewed and determined that that is adequate storage for this use.
And all stormwater will be kept on site.
Yes, sir.
As long as the water will be kept on site, that's music to my ears. If it goes somewhere else, I'm not going to be too happy, but. Any other questions for Stephen? No? Okay, thank you, Stephen. All right, we have a motion for approval and a second. With that, City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Commissioner Tolland?
Yes.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. City Clerk, please read the legal title HA, Resolution Number 2025-204.
Resolution number 2025-204, a resolution authorizing the execution and issuance of a special exception for outdoor activity for Courtyard Fountain Square located at 142 East Granada Boulevard within the B-4 Central Business Zoning District to allow community market as an outdoor activity under certain conditions, establishing conditions and expiration date of approval and setting forth an effective date. This is resolution number 2025-204, read by title only.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Stephen, can you just speak on the item? Thank you.
Stephen Spraker, Planning Director. This is a special exception. The property is in the B4 zoning district. It's at 142 East Granada Boulevard. It is the Fountain Square. It is a very unique building in that it has two buildings with a central courtyard. The applicant is seeking to allow outdoor activity under our code. That is a special exception, requires them going through a public hearing through Planning Board and City Commission. The applicant has provided a site plan of temporary tents on Sunday mornings, I believe from 9 to 3, under a series of conditions. Basically, it would allow a maximum of 10 pop-up tents. It could only be the tenants of Fountain Square, so they can't bring itinerant merchants in, no cooking. The project was reviewed by the Ormond Main Street Design Committee. It was also reviewed by Planning Board. Both entities recommended approval. The property owner and applicant are here to address the commission if there are any questions.
Any questions for Stephen? Any questions for the applicant? Great, thank you. I'll just say that this sounds like a really nice idea, so I'm happy to be behind it and support it. With that, City Clerk, please call the vote.
Commissioner Tolland?
Definitely yes.
Commissioner Sargent?
Yes.
Commissioner Deaton?
Yes.
Commissioner Briley?
Yes.
Mayor Leslie?
Yes. I will now close the public hearings. We'll move on to reports, requests, suggestions, and tonight we'll start with the city manager, Joyce Shanahan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. As you have done so earlier tonight, December 23rd, you'll have a special meeting on the Live Local opt-out option, and that's at 9 a.m. On January 13th, you have no regular meeting, but you have a workshop on employee benefits RFP. On January 20th, you'll have a regular commission meeting. Please join me in congratulating our city clerk's department for their successful achievements. Susan Doddris, our city clerk, has achieved the certification of Master Municipal Clerk, MMC. That's quite an accomplishment.
Wow. Woo!
And if that weren't enough, Taylor Lockett, our assistant city clerk, has achieved the certification of Certified Municipal Clerk, CMC. Congratulations, Taylor. Currently, staff is working with Volusia County Public Works and the Resiliency Department to complete the Transform 386 study projects. We have 386 study projects underway. Volusia County has indicated a desire to do a Transform 386 roadshow where the city and county staff could update you on the status of the results of the work that we've been doing together. We'll provide some outlines and next steps on resolving problems. We are looking forward to coordinating a workshop in the future on this topic, so I think you'll find that very informative. Parks and Recs Department presented their 19th annual holidays. Oh, this is a different one. You had a wonderful Christmas parade. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tonight. On the 19th annual holidays at the Casements is on Thursday, December 18th, starting at 6 p.m. with an open house. The evening activities continue with dessert social at 6:30, following with a holiday concert featuring live music from Daytona Beach Concert Band. They're very good. At 7 p.m. This event is free. Please call the Casements for more information. And I'm happy to answer any questions you may have tonight.
Anyone have any questions for city manager? No?
Thank you.
Thank you. City attorney, assistant city manager? No, seeing none? No? City, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead here.
I'll just jump right in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Susan, do you have the photo up? Okay. So later this week, we are unveiling some improvements to our official city website. Visually, this is going to be what the new dashboard looks like. It's all updated, and the content we're continuing to work on. So that'll be a work in progress. Once this new look is unveiled, the content will continue to be updated with new platforms and features for information, news, and events. So please look forward to that. We hope on Thursday you can see that on our website. And to commemorate the holiday season, I thought I would close out with my very favorite holiday movie quote. Which is, although it may not be newsworthy, if you look around, you will find that love actually is all around. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Claire. Deputy City Attorney? Happy holidays. This evening, then we'll begin with Commissioner Sargent.
Oh, wow. Thank you. What a meeting. Wow, 9:30, we'll be out by, or 8:30, we'll be out by 9, hopefully. Trees at the airport, I think it's great that they're all within the airport, and for safety reasons, as we have had, as one speaker said, several planes that have had to land elsewhere, and it's just a safety issue. I mean, it has to get done. That airport's been there since the 50s, and it's just something that has to be done. Amber Boback, thank you. It's always nice to hear, and I know last time you spoke about unity, and it seems like, unfortunately, maybe there wasn't much unity after that meeting. I know I didn't have much good said about me in the public after that meeting. And that's okay. That's what we're up here for. It's kind of interesting. My wife went to a new hairdresser today, and during their meeting, the lady asked her who her husband was, and my wife said Travis Sargent. She goes, "Oh, I've read all about him last week." So it's kind of nice when my wife has to go get her hair cut and hear about things, but that's something we signed up for. There's that Helen Keller quote that says, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." If we only could figure out how to work together and get rid of some of the decisiveness, imagine how great this community could be, even better. So I encourage everyone to maybe think that, maybe be the light in someone's darkness, and be careful what you put on the internet, because you never know who you might hurt. And when you read about these kids, we heard something the other day about there's bots out there, fake people that are leading kids to suicide. I mean, that is just absurd. I mean, and just the thought of it and the number of them is wow. It's very, very sad. We have an upcoming trip to Tallahassee. And I look forward, I know that there was an email where, maybe there will be individual meetings, but I know that there's power in numbers, and that meeting with our delegation, with our lobbyist, Doug Bell, we get a lot accomplished. We've been able to bring home a lot to Ormond Beach throughout the last few years. I think one year we got almost $10 million we brought home. So I look forward to that. Toilet to tap, I look forward to that conversation further down the road. As I said before, I don't think it's an immediate alarm for our residents, but it's definitely something we need to look at. Definitely something that, the 20, 30 year mark, when you look at the reports and everything, and I think it's important when we do our workshop that we involved people that can provide the hydrology reports and all the scientific data so that we can make informed decisions based on the facts. Yesterday, I had a board meeting with the Ormond Main Street, and they voted to send a letter to this commission, and I'll just go ahead and talk about it now, but serious issues with speeding in our downtown. And they really want to see more tickets being written, because there is such a serious issue with speeding. We have it on North Halifax. We have it now with the speed limit at 30 miles an hour. I know on John Anderson, we have a Volusia County Sheriff, Matt Seltzer, who's written probably more tickets than you could imagine sitting in front of his house. People upwards of the speed of 70 miles an hour in a 25. It's pretty alarming. And that's an issue that's been going on for years. I talked to a retired officer, Bill Morgan, who I went in the Marine Corps with his son. We were celebrating the Marine Corps birthday, and I asked him about speeding in Ormond. He said, "Travis, I used to sit on John Anderson, and one day I wrote a mother, a father, and their daughter a ticket all in the same day." So it's an issue that's ongoing, but I think that's something that we need to maybe get out in front of and start writing more tickets. With that, I will say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Commissioner Deaton.
Thank you. I think it's safe to say everyone enjoyed the Clydesdale horses in the parade. I heard comments for days. If there's any way to keep that going, I think the community would love it. I know, Commissioner Tolland, you had a lot to do with that with Daytona Beverages. If it's possible, that was all I heard about for days.
So that was a gift from Daytona Beverages, particularly Chris and Kevin Bowler. They won a distribution. They're one of the awards for the better distributors for the year, and that was what Budweiser allowed, or Anheuser-Busch gave them. So if they continue to win the award every year, I'll be happy to put the request in. But that was actually all them, and we were very, very gracious to be on the receiving end of that.
I think it's encouraging. We should support that local business to ensure
I
they
think we
continue
should
to
all
get
say
that award.
cheers.
I know I brought this up and we discussed this once before, and SB 180 came into play, but I would like to follow up with planning on permitted proximity from underground gas tanks to private residences. I think it's important to put a policy into writing, or at least attempt to. I understand it could be shot down due to Senate bills, but I say it's worth a try. Anybody?
Sure.
I like it.
I agree.
Yep. Well, real good. And we got the nod over here from, oh,
I think we have consensus. If we could please work on a policy for that. We'd have to come up with a proximity that everybody's comfortable with, or a workshop at minimum to get this moving, but I think it's becoming more apparent that this is important.
Stephen, you don't like this?
Oh, I warned him. I don't care if it gets shot down. It's worth a try. Okay, thank you. Dr. Shapiro reached out about historical road signage as it related to the Historic Landmark Preservation Board. Beach Street was an important part of the Florida system of highways. Recently, the city's Historic Landmarks Preservation Board has discussed the matter of placing a historic marker in Ormond Beach along either South or North Beach Street to acknowledge the former path through the city of what was then the Old Dixie Highway. The Historic Landmark Preservation Board would appreciate the opportunity to have a historic marker placed on Beach Street. I guess I told him that I would bring it to you guys and we could discuss what you guys would like to do. They've discussed it a few times now.
yeah, actually, that was in my closing remarks too, so
Okay.
it's good that we bring this up. So maybe we should just open up for discussion. What does everybody think about that?
They're looking for a historic marker, or are they looking for more like a destination, like a designated highway type sign?
Nope, he specifically said a marker, a historic marker placed on Beach Street. But
I like
we
the way they have
can,
it Old Kings.
yes.
Right there by,
The
Yeah, he's
cemetery.
saying,
Allstate, or the
have-
State
Yeah.
Farm.
Yeah.
Get that sign.
Like the
The one
like
that,
the, yeah, like,
yes.
well, so those, a lot of those, so I think the city put one up at the Indian Mound. A lot of times the city, the state will provide those for those type of things. It may be worth looking to the state for if they'll do something like that, but I don't have any problem with doing something like we did at the Indian Mound.
I think a marker is a cool idea, but also I just want to bring to you as a reminder, you all did approve and we will be looking at 56 North Beach Street, that little linear park, and maybe something can be included in that.
Yeah, that'd be
There's
nice.
discussions of an educational piece kiosk kind of thing.
Sure.
So that might be incorporated in that, but I think a marker, would be fine as well.
Okay,
Okay, so we have a consensus on that?
sounds like it.
Okay, we got a nod?
We will let him know. With that, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Commissioner Briley?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll be brief. The parade was well attended. I think everyone really enjoyed our Christmas parade, and having the Clydesdales was certainly a treat. And we thank the bowlers for that gift to Ormond Beach. I'll close with saying it's an honor and a pleasure to serve as your commissioner as we wrap up another year. And I wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, and whatever you celebrate, Happy Holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Briley. Happy New Year to you, too. Deputy Mayor, Commissioner Towand.
Thank you. A request. I have a request, a question, and some comments. Request first. So we just had that workshop with FDOT, and it was brought to my attention that we really did not discuss the area from Wilmette to US 1, where all the ball fields are. I don't know about you guys, but that's still an unsafe area too, without medians. So I'm wondering if you guys would be still good with it. Maybe staff can communicate with FDOT that they look at that area as well for medians with breaks in it, wherever they think that's appropriate. We didn't really discuss it. Is there a reason why?
I think that I saw...
And thinking of it, we do have some medians
Yeah,
through there.
yeah, I think it is
There
around
are?
plans, yeah.
I'm also hesitant to add more raised medians.
I think the median's end as you get towards like Toluca Oaks, that's where they.
Why do the tracks?
So there were, but did we see a plan, or did I miss it?
I saw the plan.
It was all the way down. No more raised medians. We're good.
There was no presentation in the plan tonight, but in thinking about it, I don't think there's any proposed changes in that area.
Yes.
So I guess we're moving forward, but is this something that we need to look at before just verify, because I don't want the same issue. None of us want the outrage of the residents with a project that's not 100% vetted. So if that's okay with you guys, we'll verify and go. Okay.
I can tell you, I cross that road every day from my neighborhood where the ball field is on Nova, and so I'll be watching it too because it's
Okay.
every turn.
Awesome. All right. The question I have is, staff, you can either, Joyce, you can either talk about it now or another time, but what about all these FOIA requests that we're hearing that aren't being fulfilled? Is there something that's going on that we're not fulfilling, or are you able to address that? I've heard this a few times from different residents.
Sometimes there are no documents that are produced. Susan, do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, because Susan, you're the one that handles all the FOIAs, right? Okay.
I do. Some of the ones that have been brought up, they are paused pending payment. And if they're under statute, we are permitted to charge for staff time for anything that's beyond 15 minutes. So some of the requests are extensive. So we can also suggest that they can modify them to try to reduce that price or get it within the 15 minutes.
Susan, is that something that your office offers people if they do have an extensive request, that if you just shorten it up, we can maybe help you? Or is that just something that they have to ask for?
A little bit of both. If they ask us, how can I reduce it, we will.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, we're not reducing it by just giving it to them without the cost. They're narrowing the scope of the request.
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then Wreaths Across America. Mayor, you did a nice job with the proclamation, thank you. It was a beautiful presentation honoring all of our servicemen, and it all happens across the United States at the same time, where wreaths are laid on all the servicemen's graves. I'm a member of the DAR, and as a city commissioner, I went to the presentation, and it was very touching. And then,
can I just say something real quick about that, just for a second? I'll just say though that as someone whose father was served in the service, when you see something like that happen, where the wreath shows up, that's happened when I was growing up as a kid, and we'd go to the graveyard and we'd see the wreath, and it really meant so much. So I just wanted to just point that out, that how much it means to families when the organizations are doing these type of things. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a great effort. So the last comment I want to make is just simply, wow, what an amazing parade we had. I was probably on a Christmas high for about 3 days. Christmas was in the air, and it was just really, really beautiful to see a community come together and all the excitement. I mean, you had, I'm going to say, elderly people just being happy to be there, kids excited, to receive the candy, to get the candy, and just see all the floats. We had over 100 entries. I cannot thank Parks and Recreation and the parade committee led by Brian Daly more than ever. It was just absolutely fabulous. And of course, we were very blessed to have the Clydesdales. And Kristen, I will certainly push for Clydesdales every year if they sell a lot of beer. It was just absolutely amazing. And I know that we like to celebrate good things. And I was hoping that maybe we could find a way to say thank you to the bowlers publicly, and or maybe the parade committee. And if it's okay with,
I was going to say a proclamation might be nice.
Yeah, a proclamation would be great, and maybe we can do something else as well. So maybe if staff can put their minds together, maybe some kind of plaque, where we, I don't know, something just kind of immortalizes them a little longer, if they would come back, if that's okay with you.
I'm okay with proclamation too, so I'm okay with that.
I'm sure you are. All right, so that's all I want to say is Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I really love Amber's vibe, the unity, the sweetness. We all need that, okay? We all need to just treat each other's with respect and appreciate what we have. And with that, I'm going to say good night.
Good night. Well, one of the things going last is that everyone gets to say the things I want to say. So I won't repeat everything, but I'll echo everything from the Christmas parade, how great that was. I mean, fantastic. I mean, if Macy's is not like wondering what we're doing, I mean, I'd be shocked. But a great event. I mean, it went on, so long, and I loved it. I wish it went on all night, but it was really a really nice event, and staff and everyone who put this together did a great job. The Clydesdales, that was really nice to see the Clydesdales. The Reefs Across America, like I said, that was a really nice event to attend, and the DAR that puts that together, thank you very much for doing what you do, if any of you are listening online. I will say that thank you for all the speakers that came out. I hope that some of the information was helpful. I know some of you will follow up with as well. I hope everyone has a happy holidays on whatever you celebrate, Hanukkah, Christmas, and hope you have a happy new year on to 2026. I can't believe it, right? 2025 just flew by. And so with that, I will adjourn the meeting, and I'll say we'll see you next year.